Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back to finally film my September budget results video. And I know this is super late and I've been wanting to sit down and film this video, but I honestly have not had the time. If you guys don't know or are not familiar with my plans for the month of October, I was really busy this past week with Rossa Jewels, which is my online jewelry store. With the anniversary for that, anniversary sale, we had a pop-up. And this past week was just all about Rossa Jewels. So I wasn't able to really get any videos up. So I do apologize if this video is going up so late. I know that we are well into October. But I still wanted to come on here to close out my budget with you guys, just in case you want to see how I go about it. I have filmed this once before recently, which was last month for August, but I want to get in the habit of keep filming these videos because it's not only good for me to have everything laid down, but also I want to give you guys some inspiration and maybe so you guys can see and learn a few things from the way that I close out my budget. So right now we're going to actually be checking in for week 3, which was September 12th until the 18th, and week 4, the 19th until the 26th, and that's going to wrap up September. So I will be able to also write down all of my actuals for my variable expenses here and finish up with September finally. I already have closed this digitally. I like to do this ahead of time on GoodNotes with my printables, but I also like to have a physical planner to look back at past years. I always do that with my past budget planners. So I like to have both. And this is also good for, you know, the videos and showing you guys how I use these stickers, which I offer in my shop, Romina.rossa, as well. So let's go ahead and get started because there is quite a bit to do. I have all of my budget expense stickers all ready. And let's talk about our expenses for September. I will say one thing, that our water bill, it's always scheduled on the 28th of every month, but we are wrapping up the month of September on the 26th. So I just decided to put the bill due on the 26th because we did already pay for it in September. So yeah, just wanted to fix that up. And now I'm ready to go. So let me look through my iPad. I'm also going to zoom in a little bit. Hopefully that helps. But let's get started. I can't believe I haven't weekly checked in since this week, and I will definitely be a lot better about my October budgeting videos after this week. It's just been a really crazy week with all the other things that I have to do. So I'm going to check off my student loans because that always gets paid. And then we'll get started with our first expense, which was some books for Vito. I actually got them from this website called Thrift Books. And I initially got 3 books for more than $11. I have $11 here now because one of the books came absolutely destroyed and I asked for a refund because it was just not a good book, and they knew that, so they just refunded me for that. So in total I paid $11 for 2 books. Not bad. Would I buy more books from Thrift Books? Probably not. So definitely let me know if you like to purchase like secondhand books from any specific website. I know I've heard of a few others, but yeah, I probably wouldn't buy from Thrift Books again. And then we have an expense for Aldi of $5.74. I honestly could not tell you what this was for, but I was probably missing something for dinner that night or something, I'm guessing, because it was only $5. Then on the 14th, we have a few expenses. We have an unbudgeted expense for a car wash. And if I had like a cart maintenance sinking fund, I obviously wouldn't have to make this an unbudgeted expense. But since I don't, that was $8.50. Then we went to the grocery store. I think this was the day that we had Cajun shrimp with my family, and I think they wanted a watermelon, so we just bought a watermelon for like $4.20. I'm not sure if there was something else there, but we went to the grocery store and then we had to pump gas. So we pumped $25.19 this day. There you go. Then moving on Sunday the 15th, I went to the Hello Kitty Cafe with my friend Ileana, and I think vlogged a little bit of that. So first I'm going to market and budgeted expense for parking at City Walk, and that was only $5, thankfully, because Ileana was able to get me discounted parking, which I'm super thankful for. And then for the actual Hello Kitty Cafe, I ended up spending $25.33, which came out of our eating out category. I'm sorry if I'm going a little bit fast, but there's a lot of stickers here. Then for our weekly grocery run at Aldi, we've been really enjoying going to Aldi because of how much we've been saving. So this week we spent $109.59, and I also went to Dollar Tree, I think, for some fall decor, and that was $11.13. Then on the 17th I bought some baby clothes. I'm not sure what that was, but it was $15 there. Then we move on to the 19th, which this day I purchased, this was the week that I started purchasing stuff like household items. Like this week I purchased Bath and Body Works soaps because we were out of that, and I really wanted to get some fall scents, and I think they were on sale that day, so we spent $17.42. Then we have some gifts. I have a gift of $67.87. For gifts, I use the other sticker because it's not something that I weekly check in for, but it is in our monthly budget. So gift, Bath and Body, and we have a gas expense of $25.74. On the 20th, we went out to eat to a brewery, and that was $51.41. We don't usually go out like this, but I think this was kind of like a farewell for my sister-in-law that was going back to college for the semester. We also have our gas bill, which I can check off. Health insurance I can check off here, and phone bill was $53.50. Also on the 21st, I have another gas expense of $40.36, and this was the day that we went decor shopping to Home Goods. We also got, I believe, some jammies for Vito, but he had a gift card from his birthday, so we didn't spend anything out of pocket. But from Home Goods we spent $39.78. I got some makeup wipes from Target, which were $8.18, and that I'm taking out of beauty. And then last but not least, we have another gift expense of $39.69, like so. And that is it for that. I'm just, I guess, laying down all of my stickers here. Then on the 22nd, we have an expense for eating out. We actually went to In-N-Out and spent $23.04. And then I also grabbed some hair dye for $30.07. So that came out of beauty. Then we didn't have an expense until the 24th, which I had an expense for baby. I got Vito some slippers from, I think they were from eBay. They were some Elmo slippers. If you don't know, my son loves Elmo. We like to actually watch it in Spanish in the mornings, and he just absolutely adores them. So I got him some slippers for $11.64. Also on the 24th, we have Aldi for $105.37. As you guys can see, we've been doing really good. Usually our budget is $125, so I think we should have done, if I'm not wrong, we should have done pretty good with our groceries budget last month. I cannot say that about all the other categories, but definitely about groceries I can. After on the 25th, we have an budgeted expense. I ended up buying a book. I believe this might have been the book that I'm currently reading right now, which is the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I love. Then from Target, we spent $18.24 for baby, $28.65 for household. And I also bought Vito some shoes, some clogs for the fall because he really has been outgrowing all of his shoes. So I thought I could get him some like Birkenstock dupes for $33.06. So I spent that out of baby. This month was definitely a month where I bought more things for baby where it comes to clothes, which I don't usually do, but I think with the change in season, it's bound to happen. So it's good that I have these expenses written down because now I can plan better maybe for next year and things like that. I might be getting a little bit ahead of myself, but we'll get to the weekly check-in right now. You guys will see what I'm talking about. And I think those are all for the 25th. Yes. And then last but not least, on the 26th, we have two expenses. This is our last day of the month. I hope you guys can see that. We have one for gas of $20.14 and household. We ended up getting, I think, some like pillow covers and some hooks to put in the living room. I really wanted to decorate for fall, so I just got some last minute things that I thought we needed for the living room, and that was $40.77. Definitely, once again, a lot of like season spending with fall coming up, or actually it was already, I think, the start of fall that week. So definitely something to make note of for next year, or maybe even for like winter, Christmas coming up and all of that. Now that all of those are laid down, I can go ahead and move on to the weekly check-in, which I have here. And I'm just going to flip through the pages to weekly check-in. So we're going to start with week 3, which is once again from the 12th until the 18th. So we have groceries, eating out, gas, household, baby and beauty. These are our usual categories if you're not familiar that we like to track with, and I'll just write that in for week 4 as well. For our third week, week 3 was a pay day week, so I'm going to add some numbers in here. $225 for groceries was added for this, $125 for eating out, $100 for gas, $50 for household, and $50 for baby, and then last but not least $30 for beauty. And then let's get started. Alright, so let's start with groceries from the 12th until the 18th. I have $5.74 for Aldi, $4.20 for Superior, and $109 $59 for Aldi again, which brings us to $119.53 spent. And for this, we were over by 69 cents the week prior. So what I'm going to do is subtract the 69 cents and then the $119.53 from the $225 that was stuffed this week. And that means the remaining we had $104.78 for the last week. Then for eating out, I only have the Hello Kitty Cafe on the 15th for $25.33. And once again, last week we actually had $44.48. So I'm going to add that to the $125. We actually did really good with eating out last month, which is I think why I decreased the amount coming October. Sorry, I messed up here. Minus $25.33 goes $144.15 left for that last week. And for gas, actually I have one because we're doing from the 12th until the 18th. So $25.19. Remaining we had $118.78. And as you guys can see right here, I was on top of the world, thinking that I had so much money to spend for the last week, but you guys will see in a second. All right, now for household, this is where things start looking a little bit rocky. From the 12th until the 18th, we have one only from Dollar Tree on the 16th, which was $11.13. And then we added 50 to our 384. So that gives me a total of 42.71 remaining. For baby, we have the books and clothes. So that is a total of $26 there. So we added 50 and we were over by 634, so subtract that from that. And then subtract the $26 gives us $17.66 left. And then last but not least, for beauty, this week I don't have anything. So we'll do zeros here. And by this time I hadn't spent anything for beauty, so 60 remaining. And then I'm going to take the page out so you guys can get a better view or a better frame here, because yeah, I think that's gonna be a little better. All right, so for the fourth and last week from the 19th until the 26th, let's start with groceries. We have just one for Aldi of $105.37. And then we didn't add anything this week, so we're just gonna put dashes here. So $105.37, and we had $104.78 left the week prior, so we were over by 59 cents, which is kind of ridiculous. It's just funny to me, I think, because we were over by 69 cents here and then 59 cents here. But that is truly what we spent for groceries for last month, so I think I might have increased it a little bit for October, but that's just funny to me that we were over by that amount. Then for eating out, we have, and that means that we were under by $69.70, which that is also crazy because I think we were over the month before. So definitely proud of us and our eating out habits last month, because I can't believe we were under by $69.70, but we were. For gas, we have one expense of $25.74, $40.36, and $20.14. I'll check these off as I go, which was a total of $86.24. And we had 118. I think that's better. So we were under by 32.54, which is great. Next, for household, that is definitely another topic. We have Bath and Body Works for $17.42, Home Goods of $39.78. Sorry about that, my camera turned off, but that was a whopping $126 with 62 cents. And I will say that some of these things were like decor, home decor, but from Target, I believe all this was like toiletries, household items that we actually needed. You know what? Fall comes once a year, and let's see how much we were over by here. Minus the 42.71 we had left over. That means that we were over by 83.91, which that's also crazy. So that's what we were over for household. And I think with having this in mind for next year, we can definitely plan accordingly for like fall decor and things like that, which I have a lot of decor now, especially with buying some things. So I don't think I would need like a whole lot more for the years to come. But I feel like every year you get like a few things and start building up your decor, which is I feel like what I'm doing right now. So I'm not mad about it, to be honest. I'm really happy with everything that we got, and I even got to make a video like decorating for fall, which is always fun. So that's how I feel about that. Then moving on to baby, we have these three expenses: $11.64 plus $33.06 and $18.24. That is a total of $62.94. And we had only $17.66 remaining the week before. So that means that we were over by $45.28. And once again, a lot of these things were like shoes and clothes for the fall, so I'm not mad about it. That was $48.28 over budget. And then last but not least, let me actually check these off before I forget. I can also check off our electricity, which was $61.59. Our water, which was $22.97. And then for beauty, I have Target of $8.18 and Sally's of $30.07. And I think that's it. Let me just double check. Looks good. Okay, so in total for beauty, I spent $38.25 and I had $60 for the month. So that means that we were under budget, or I was under budget by $21.75 last month, which is great. So those were all of the expenses that we like to weekly check in for, and the total remaining or over and under amounts here. So what I'm going to do now is bring you guys to the monthly spread view and fill in our actuals for our variable expenses. First is write in my variances because those are not going to change. So 59 under by 69.70. Gas was 32.54. Household was 83.91 over. Baby was 45.28 over. Beauty, we were 21.75 under. So from here, it's just really easy for me to just add that to the budget amount. So 450 with 59 cents was the actual. And for eating out, I'll just subtract this, and that gives me 155.30 for eating out. Household actual was 183.91. Gas was 167.46. Baby was 145.28. And beauty was 38.25. So those were fairly quickly since I have the weekly check-in. And now for natural gas, we ended up spending $17.91. I'm going to do this first and then I'll do the variances. Water, we spent $22.97. Electric, we spent $61.59. For gifts, which are all of these stickers here that I can finally check off, we have $62.03 right here on the side. Then $67.87, $39.69. That's it, all these three. So our total for gifts was $169.59, which we budgeted $200 for this month, so we were under budget for that. I'm going to quickly write my variances here. So under by 209 over by 297 over by 159, which is a really small numbers. I've been trying to budget a lot closer to the actual amounts that we've been getting, so this doesn't honestly surprise me because it's been going kind of up and down the past few months, and we haven't even been living here for a full year yet, so I've just been wanting to track that a little bit better, and I think I have like the past month. So for gifts we were under by 30.41, and then for budgeted expenses we have a few. We have $8.47 for a book, $8.50 for a car wash, $5 for parking, $14.48 for a book, and I think that might have been it. Yes, so in total we had $36.45 of unbudgeted expenses, which this is actually not bad, although we don't budget for the things that we spent money on. I honestly don't hate that number because we've had way bigger numbers in the past. Granted, for October, I have now included a category for like hobbies, so that meaning books. Like half of this amount was probably on 2 books, and then things like parking that doesn't usually happen, that happened because we went somewhere that had a parking fee, and then car washes. If we had once again a car maintenance sinking fund, that would probably be solved, and that's probably something that we'll be working towards for 2025. But for now I'm just tracking expenses and seeing patterns and things so that I can implement all those things coming the new year. And I'm glad that I'm filming this and setting my months up still even at the end of the year, so I can get a better understanding and I can have better numbers for the new year. So with that being said, the last thing I have to do is total up my actuals, so let's do that together. We have 450.59, 155.30, 183.91, 167.46, 145.28, 38.25, 17.91, 22.97, 61.59, 169.59, and 36.45. So in total, that our budgeted amount was, let me actually take this out so you guys can see it a little better. It's just that I have a really small desk, which is why my whole binder doesn't fit. But we had said that we spent $14.35, and our actual is $14.49 with 30 cents, which is really not that off considering we have kind of high amounts here. I'm actually not mad about it at all. So that's the actual for this, and then I believe the actual is not going to change for fixed expenses. So if we total both of those up, we will get a total of $4,947 with 33 cents. And with that concludes the end of this video. Of course, once I stop recording, I will go back and write in our expected income and actual income, and then subtract the expenses from that, giving us a number that will go towards our financial goals, which I will write in this pink squared off box. I hope this video wasn't too long because this tends to be one of my longer videos. But I mean, even if it was long, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Please, as always, do not forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed already. Leave me a comment below because that always helps me know that you like to see more of these videos. I know these budgeting videos are some of you guys' favorites, and I want to know what you guys want to see more of. So definitely let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye guys.